Elias, I don't get it. Last week, I had a huge project deadline. For 3 days, I was completely locked in. I was energized, focused, ideas were just flowing. It felt like I had this special power. But now it's gone. I'm back to being distracted and just reacting to everything. How do I get that feeling back?
Ah, you've had a glimpse of it. That heightened state isn't magic, Maya. It's the high point of human potential. Most of the time, we live inside our own heads, lost in obsessive thoughts. But under pressure, you are forced outside of yourself. Your mind connected with reality, and in that connection, you found clarity and power.
But it feels so mysterious, so elusive. Why can't I just turn it on?
Because we've surrounded it with myths. We call it genius or talent and pretend it appears from nowhere. But it's not a mystery. It's a process. Let's call the feeling you're chasing mastery. And like a sculptor with raw clay, the skill to mold it must be learned and attentively cultivated.
Think of any new skill, like learning the piano. At first, you're an outsider. The keyboard is intimidating. You're confused, maybe even fearful. The great danger is giving in to that impatience and boredom.
That's exactly how I feel about, well, everything right now. Overwhelmed.
But if you persist, something remarkable happens. You move through 3 distinct phases. First is the apprenticeship. You learn the basic rules and gain clarity. You're on the outside, looking in. Visual, a simple flowchart appears. A blue box on the left is labeled Apprenticeship. An arrow points from it to a green box in the middle labeled Creative Active. A final arrow points to a gold box on the right labeled Mastery. Next, through practice, you enter the Creative Active phase. You see how things connect. You can experiment, bring your own style into play. Finally, with years of dedication, you reach Mastery. The knowledge becomes part of you, internalized. You have an intuitive feel for the whole picture. You've earned the right to rewrite the rules.
So that feeling I had, that was just a brief flash at the final stage.
Precisely. It's a power that comes from a deep intuitive seizing of what is real. It's not a shortcut. It's the destination of a long, meaningful journey.
But is this something we can all do? It feels almost superhuman.
It is the most human thing there is. Our brains were forged for it over millions of years. Think of our hunter-gatherer ancestors. They were weak, vulnerable creatures on the savannah. Their survival depended on 2 things. First, an advanced visual system. Standing upright, they could use their sharp, forward-facing eyes not just for quick scanning, but for deep, patient focus. This ability to look longer, to detach from the immediate moment and see patterns, was the birth of the reasoning mind.
So our ability to focus isn't just a skill, it's an evolutionary advantage.
Exactly. The second was profound social intelligence. They developed what we now call mirror neurons to an incredible degree. This allowed them to understand each other's intentions, to cooperate, and to learn by imitation. After years of practice, a hunter could think inside their prey, anticipating its moves. A toolmaker could feel the stone as an extension of their hand. This is the root of that deep intuition of a master.
So when I get distracted by my phone, I'm going against my own brain's design?
You are going against 6 million years of development. To work with the grain of your mind is to use time, to focus deeply. To go against it is to become a distracted, scanning animal, trapped by the immediate moment. The choice is always yours.
Okay, so my brain is built for this. Then why do so few people actually achieve mastery? Why isn't everyone a Leonardo da Vinci or a Marie Curie?
We often mistake the reason, attributing it to natural talent. Consider Charles Darwin. By his own admission, he was an ordinary boy, not exceptionally quick. His cousin, Francis Galton, had a much higher IQ. Yet Darwin changed the world.
What did he have that Galton didn't?
An intense, overriding passion. From childhood, he loved collecting biological specimens. His medical studies failed, but a chance voyage on the HMS Beagle allowed him to connect that deep, inner calling to a larger purpose. That intense desire sustained him through decades of tedious work. The key to mastery isn't a high IQ, it's an emotional quality. It's discovering and connecting with your unique inclination, what I call your life's task.
My life's task? How do I even begin to find that?
You listen, not to your peers or parents, but to that gleam of light that flashes across your own mind. You listen to that inner voice, that pull towards certain activities you felt as a child. That is the starting point of your entire journey.
But it feels selfish to spend years focusing on my own life's task when the world has so many problems. And the whole idea of mastery feels so old-fashioned.
That is the last and perhaps most insidious obstacle. Our culture has begun to romanticize passivity. We are told individuals can't make a difference, that effort is uncool, that technology will solve everything. We retreat, lower our sights, and give up our power.
I feel that. Like it's easier to just not try too hard. Less chance of failure.
But this passive attitude is not cool or romantic. It is pathetic and destructive. You must see your attempt at mastery as necessary and positive. The world is teeming with problems. Relying on magic formulas or being nice will not save us. We must create our own world or we will die from inaction. Pursuing mastery isn't selfish. It's your contribution to the most important cause of all, the survival and prosperity of the human race.
So Maya, the path is clear, though not easy. You must reject the lure of passivity. Understand that your brain is plastic. You create the mind you deserve through your actions. The journey begins now. First, discover your life's task by looking inward. Then, submit to a rigorous apprenticeship. Find mentors, learn the rules, and develop social intelligence. From there, you will enter your creative prime, solving problems and creating anew. And finally, you will touch that intuitive power of mastery. This is not a linear race to a finish line. It is a continual process of renewal. Everything that happens is instruction. Your whole life is an apprenticeship. Begin.